If you're like me, you can remember back when you were in high school, or maybe you are in high school, and you were going to that big dance or some big event, and then that big massive zit just pops up on your cheek or your forehead, or maybe you just had that stuff consistently. When it comes to our appearance, our complexion is very important. So we can put clothes on everything else, you can try to hide everything else, but unless we're wearing masks like we did a couple of years ago, that's the part of us that people see on a day-to-day basis. And one of the things that very frustratingly messes up our complexion is acne. And I've seen some cases over the last several years. One, a young man in high school, he had some of the worst acne I've ever seen. Boils that were at the base the size of a dime. Another, a young lady in her mid-20s that was experiencing acne around the time of her monthly cycle. So whatever the case, it's not something that you want to deal with. We kind of want it to go away. And most people are taking the wrong approach to dealing with acne. So today, we're going to look at what's the root cause, how do we get at the bottom of this skin issue, and how do we tackle it. As with anything, from a naturopathic perspective, it's a comprehensive approach. With my clients, I like to go over the Wellness 10 Commandments. I'm going to pick a few highlights out of that today because these are common factors that I see when it comes to things messing up your complexion. Now, some naturopaths are going to say that if you have acne on your chin and your jawline, that's more hormonal. Or if it's between your eyes, it's more related to the liver. Forehead is digestive. I just kind of package all that stuff together because everything's related. Let me hit 3 highlights. Number 1 is going to be your diet. In general, you want to make sure that you're not eating the standard American diet. So maybe some of you are doing that and you're still kind of having difficulty with this issue. But in general, eliminate processed foods. You want to make sure that your digestion is optimized. So one of the things that happens with acne is something's not working with the tube that goes from here and comes out there. So with that is they have a high pH. That's something I look at in my naturopathic assessment, but in general, they have a tendency towards a slower bowel. So I have an entire video that I created about getting your bowels moving. That's an incredibly important part of this process. Secondly, you want to make sure that you hydrate properly. When I say properly, that means, of course, if you're dehydrated, you don't want to stay that way. You want to properly hydrate, but you don't want to overhydrate because that can affect your digestion if you're drinking too much water. A third area of the Wellness 10 Commandments is thinking well. That family of emotions, thoughts, that spiritual part, fear, anxiety, and stress has to be dealt with. Peer pressure, otherwise known as fear of man, that plays a significant role. As you get older, sometimes you overcommit. You don't have any free time, you don't have any downtime. It can be relational stress. Whatever the case, you need to have a plan to have downtime, to relax, to de-stress. So anxiety, fear, stress, those are all things that really need to be addressed when you're dealing with the issue of acne. Now let's get into some of my top supplements when it comes to this issue. All right, I got my lunch bag here. Let's see what we've got for lunch today. Oh, digestive enzymes. Again, this one's high in hydrochloric acid. It's very important to properly break down protein. That is definitely a factor, poor digestion, but specifically with unusable protein. So digestive enzymes, very important. What else do we have in here? Nature C. So vitamin C is helpful for skin issues, but it also helps to keep the bowels moving, and it brings down a pH that is too high. Number of beneficial things from a natural vitamin C, like Nature C. Algazine supports the liver, filled with trace minerals, but also helps to make vitamin A available in almost all skin issues, whether it's your gums or eczema or acne. Vitamin A is going to play into that or factor into that in some way. What else do we have in here? Okay, Qi F. This is a Chinese herbal remedy. That F stands for female. A lot of ladies use this to deal with hormonal issues around the time of menopause or any time that acne might show up that it's related to hormones. Couple more in here. CMC. This is my favorite. This helps with everything. It's my primary liver support supplement. That along with algazime are fantastic, and the liver is going to factor into digestion. I've already mentioned this one, vitamin A plus. This is a natural vitamin A supplement. Great source of it, but also, again, we want to make sure that we're getting plenty of vitamin A. Include vitamin A rich foods like carrots and sweet potatoes in your diet, but it doesn't hurt to supplement. And lastly, we have Happy Skin Tonic. This is another Chinese herbal remedy, and this one is used for topically. So this is my lineup and top tips for dealing with the skin issue of acne. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. I'll be making these videos on different type health issues in the future, and I don't want you to miss out on those. And remember, always ask where the good way is and walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls.